Domenica, small, very mountainous island, part of the Windward Islands in the southeast Caribbean. The name from the Latin word for Sunday, which was the day of the week it was spotted by Christopher Columbus, a busy man, 1493.
You know, they've got amazing geothermal hot springs there, black sand beaches, and a boiling lake, which is a flooded fumarole that's perpetually on a rolling boil. It's a kind of Iceland in the sun, really, Dominica.
The Llewellyn Santos 400 metres runner, Olympic silver medal 4 years ago, aged just 17. A population of over 10 million, the second largest Caribbean nation after Cuba, occupies the eastern part of the island of Hispaniola with Haiti in the west.
And Dominican Republic, the country that produced the flashing wristband-wearing double Olympic one-lap hurdles champion. Do you remember him? Felix?
Egypt enters the Maracana, a population of some 89 million, officially the Arab Republic of Egypt, and the largest Arab country in the world, a nation whose history goes back to 10,000 years BC.
It's a sizable team of 120 in 22 sports.
Only fills up with athletes. Again, 11,000 will make their way in. El Salvador, the saviour, the smallest in area and most densely populated country in Central America, with 6.4 million people. But those millions have not yet managed to deliver an Olympic medal. In all 7 states or sheikdoms make up the country in the Persian Gulf, which contains enormous oil reserves, the best known of them being Abu Dhabi, which serves as the capital, and of course Dubai.
And teenage swimmer Nadia Al-Badwani breaks new ground as she carries the Emirates flag here in the alphabet, Portuguese alphabet, Emirados Árabes Unidos. Hence why they are so early in this parade.
Ecuador lies on the Pacific coast in the northeast of South America, and as you might guess, on the equator. Also includes the Galapagos Islands.
Who's going to compete here? They live at an altitude of 2,500 meters in the mountains, and they...
Slovakia was part of Czechoslovakia until what was called the Velvet Divorce, an amicable separation in 1993. So its first Olympic Games was Atlanta in 96.
And that's Danka Bartakova, and the French. She's a very influential lady, bronze medal shooter from London, also elected to the IOC's Athletes Commission there. So she's a big noise, if you pardon the expression, in more ways than one.
Champion in that, and took part in a couple of events in spring. Slovenia joined the Olympic party in 92 after separating from Yugoslavia the year before.
And we understand that
there's a Rafa Nadal. He's going two-handed. And actually, this is the moment he wanted. He was supposed to carry the flag in London, but had a knee injury, still struggling with his wrist injury that's plagued him this summer. But it's the Olympics, he says. So he's going in the singles and the men's doubles and the mixed doubles with Gambia Muguruza.
Well, he says, I've missed Grand Slams and Davis Cups in my career, but the toughest thing was to miss the 2012 games. He was, as you say, desperate to be here, so welcome back, Rafa. And amongst the other high-profile names, you've got golfer Sergio Garcia tomorrow as well. So a big Spanish team, 309 strong.
And every camera is a stop. Spain are...
the training camp in Belo Horizonte.
The Federated States of Micronesia, 600 islands spread over 1 million square miles of the Western Pacific Ocean. The United Kingdom is about 93,000 square miles, to give you an idea. First competed in Sydney in 2000. The flag is Michael Phelps,
the greatest Olympian of all time. If Phelps were a country, he'd come 43rd on the all-time medal count on his own.
Would it be ahead of Yorkshire? Is the question.
Just ahead of Jamaica, actually. 18 gold, 22 medals in total. These are his 5th, and he says his final games.
We're told they're wearing jackets. Oh, John Kerry is paying no attention. No, he is. He's taking a photo. Good to see. They're wearing jackets that light up, we're told.
Yes, they're a bit flashy, quite literally.
It's supposed to be on the back, I think. But a country that has hosted the Games more than any other, 4 times the Summer Olympics, St. Louis in 1904, Los Angeles in 1932 and 1984, and Atlanta 96, and they're bidding for it again, Los Angeles.
Indeed, yes, but also in their ranks, this massive team as it comes in. 560 athletes, the biggest by miles here. Ryan Lochte, Missy Franklin are back, but their shining stars expected to be people like Katie Ledecky, who won a gold at only 15. She's odds on to win maybe up to 4 titles in athletics. We've got Ashton, Eaton and the decathlon. So many chances here.
Got a glimpse of Ricky Fowler as here representing the United States in the men's golf. Perhaps the most curious thing about the USA is that most Americans won't be watching it just now. The main broadcaster shows it anywhere between an hour and 4 hours later, depending on where you live in the USA. So it starts at 8 p.m. in prime time.
You mark my words.
Well, Carl Martin Ramo, sailor, is not going to be overshadowed by the United States, leading in Estonia, the most northerly of the Baltic states. Competed in the games from 1920 until 1936, and then was subsumed into the Soviet Union before returning in Barcelona.
Yes, one marathon. Maybe they could just run a third each very quickly and no one would know.
Ethiopia, led in by a cyclist, Gabon Gourmet.
Controversially left out of the marathon squad this time.
Longest country name of the night, former Yugoslav Republic of Marcidonia. Landlocked country of the Balkan Peninsula to the north of Greece. The Kosovo War at the end of the 1990s meant a huge number of ethnic Albanians took refuge in the country.
The flag with the 8-rayed sun, representing the new sun of liberty. They sing about in their anthem, yet to be heard at the
8 holds in the rugby sevens.
They do, and in fact, they come here ranked as world number 1. Fiji has never won a medal in anything at the Olympic Games, and they could very well be gold here for them. And perhaps the men's footballers being here too, that might be just too much.
I don't. The Philippines, over 7,500 islands make up the Philippines, a population of over 100 million, became the first country of Southeast Asia to compete in the Olympics when they took part in Paris in 1924.
And next to Bangladesh, the Philippines, the second most populous nation, not yet to have won an Olympic medal.
Sparsely populated countries in Europe, only 5.5 million people, in a land which is 2/3 forest and has around 180,000 lakes.
Yeah, the Scandinavian nation that gave us Olympic distance legend Lasse Viren. They won the 5 and 10,000 metres double at back-to-back Olympics, something our own Mo Farah.
For France.
Bonsoir à tous, our French neighbours won 11 golds and finished 7th overall in London, and headlined by a really stunning, their president here, stunning performance in the pool with 4 golds, equalling their total number in previous Olympics. And Florent Manadou, the quickest swimmer, he's back. Yannick Agnel as well. Renaud Lavigny from pole vault, he'll defend his.
Has been included. Great Britain bowled them out for just 26 to win gold though, so wasn't all good.
That's really worrying, you know that.
Another one of the countries, the famous 5 who have competed in every Summer Olympic Games since 1896, France, Britain, Switzerland, Australia and Greece. Gabon, oil-rich West African country. The name comes from the Portuguese for cloak. Planned for August in Gabon as well. The Gambia, a very small, very narrow country of West Africa, which sits around the Gambia River.
That's a nice name, Gina, I think.
Guyana.
Yes, the other was the Bahamas, incidentally. Ghana, one of the stronger economies of West Africa, but reports earlier in the year suggested they would not be sending a team to Rio due to financial problems.
In the 1500 metres free events.
Georgia come into the Maracana on the eastern shores of the Black Sea. In antiquity, the state of Colchis, where the golden fleece was being sought by Jason the Argonauts, was a state in modern-day Georgia.
And 6 of Georgia's 7 medals in London came in wrestling. They could get to grips with a few more here.
Which is sensible. Andy Murray leads out Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
And what a figurehead for a 366 strong team. So Craig Reedy and his wife Rosemary cheering them on. This is, Andy says, the proudest moment of his career, and he's going to try and emulate Sir Chris Hoy and others in London and carry it all the way around one-handed.
Grenada, just pause for a moment, but we must move on. The main island of Grenada lies towards the southern end of the Caribbean.
Even there. Now to Guam.
Unincorporated territory of the United States. An island
10k, so this time he's doing the 100 metres breaststroke.
Guatemala.
Stunningly beautiful country in Mexico's southern border. Has the Mayan ruins there. First competed at the Olympics in 1952 in Helsinki.
Well, their history maker Eric coming through Guatemala City.
Guyana on the northern border of Brazil with a population of over 700,000. They could lay some claim to Chris Brasher, who won the 3,000 steeplechase in Melbourne in '56 and went on to found the London. Guinea, whose economy depends largely on mineral production, is the world's from Guinea-Bissau. And here is Equatorial Guinea, small country in Central Africa on the west coast, but now one of Sub-Sahara's major oil producers.
And the country that gave us Eric the Eel Musambani, I hear the country has now been awarded the 2019 All-African Games. There was no swim.
Team GB lies next to Guinea-Bissau, is the name of the capital city. It became independent from Portugal in '74.